You know, on one of the earlier videos, we were talking about checking accounts and savings accounts. Let me say a few more comments about that so that I can save you guys a lot of work. We are not, within your bankruptcy petition, going to list your account numbers. We're going to put checking account, Freedom Bank, and the city where the account's located, city and state. We're not going to put the account number. That's private information that we don't want publicated within a bankruptcy petition. Also, when you're doing your automobiles, just tell me the 1990 Chevrolet Camaro and the mileage. I do not need to know the VIN number. When you and I attend your 341 meeting, you are going to bring a copy of the title to the car to that meeting, and that's where the VIN number becomes important. But for your petition, you don't need to wear yourself out with all of that. Let's get back to credit reports. The $30 or $50 credit report, if we have to order that, it does include all of the account numbers, including the last 4 digits. So if we need to, hopefully we won't, but sometimes we do. The other thing you need to know about creditors, there's a paragraph that they put in this 2005 amendments, and it says that if a particular creditor has sent you 2 or more billing statements within the 60 days prior to filing, and within that correspondence has told you to correspond with them at such and such address, then that's the address we're supposed to use within the bankruptcy petition. So if you've gotten 2 collection letters that give an address for correspondence within the 60 days before we file, then give me that address and we'll list it in your bankruptcy petition. Now, we've went through your credit report, annual credit report, or the credit report we buy. You've went through all your bills. You know, the one thing you need to understand is all of your creditors do not belong to the credit bureau, so they're not going to list their debt with the 3 collection reporting agencies. You're going to have to give me those companies. So what do I need? I need the name of the company, the street address, city and state and zip, the amount owed, and what the debt was for. When you do your credit cards, there's kind of a loop on that. For every one of your credit card debts, I need you to tell me the month and year when you last used that particular credit card. Why? You know, if you'll watch the series on preferences and purchases before bankruptcy, they want to know if you've made some improper purchases close to filing date. So that's why they want the month and year. Also, you're going to tell me whether the card was used for personal or business uses. In almost all cases that I do, they're consumer bankruptcy, so I'm going to put used for purchase of consumer goods. Well, let's assume that they weren't. Let's assume that the credit card was used for purchase of inventory. Then we'd have to put that down in your bankruptcy petition, and then the trustee would say, well, where's the inventory? I don't see it listed as an asset. So, you know, when on consumer purchases, just let me know if it was used for consumer goods, and then when you last used it. That'll help tremendously. What else do we need to say about creditors and these credit reports? I think that kind of covers it. Statement of financial affairs. Why so much emphasis? That is a section within your bankruptcy petition, and that is very, very important. It's like cross-examination. And you know, if you're foolish enough to go into an attorney's office and just start signing stuff that they've prepared, I hope you don't do that. You're signing that petition under oath that it's truthful and accurate. And the statement of financial affairs is deserving of a good deal of attention for completeness before you ever sign anything. You're going to get to the 341 meeting. The trustee will point out all types of inaccuracies the way you answered the statement of financial affairs, and then you're going to be sitting there wondering, well, I wonder if I'm coming across as a crook or just somebody who doesn't know what the hell I'm doing or had a terrible attorney. So What I do with my clients is I provide to them a video disc and an extensive session in the video disc and work papers to remind them of what questions are being asked. These are tricky dick questions. They're trying to mislead you almost in a way so that you get the wrong answer. And then you go to the meeting and then you'll have to do an amendment. Well, I've avoided that. I'm avoiding that with my clients because I am going to go through a process with you so that we get it right. You're going to put everything down the way it should be. With that said, though, it's a lot of work to do the Statement of Financial Affairs and do it properly. The number of questions is really more. It shows within the Statement of Financial Affairs 15 questions. Well, it's a lot more than 15 questions if you break out each question into how many questions you're actually being asked. So don't be misled by that. Am I going to lose my house, my car, my belongings? What if my lender refuses to reaffirm? Within this video series, you know, I've shared with you that you, in your bankruptcy petition, you're going to fill out what's called the Statement of Intention. And for every one of your secured loans, your house loan, your car loan, whatever other loan you've got, you're going to tell that lender and tell the court what you want done with that particular loan. If you want to keep it, then we say that you're going to reaffirm that debt. If you want to surrender the collateral, you can surrender it. There's other choices that I review with you in this series as to what you can do with each secured debt. The important thing, though, for right now in this series is I want you to know that those choices belong to you and your spouse if it's a joint filing. No one has that right to make that decision other than you. Your exemptions, if you're entitled to the exemptions under Missouri law, you're going to get them. It's not a trial as to whether somebody agrees or disagrees with the exemption laws. If you're entitled to the exemptions, by golly, you're going to get the exemptions. Reaffirmations. What if you've got a lender that says, well, I don't want to reaffirm with that fellow? Well, it's not up to him. We're not asking him to vote. We're telling him we're going to reaffirm the debt. So don't be worrying about that either. You know, worry about the things that deserve attention. But this question, no, you and I are in charge of this ship, and we'll do it responsibly so that it's in your and your family's best interest. But it's not up to other people.